Yo, JC from One for All Aesthetics. Today we're going to talk about the transformation, and it is very easy to have an amazing transformation when you are a beginner, because this is the only moment of your lifting career where you will be able to progress at such a fast rate. In this edition, we're going to talk about the different steps to achieve such transformations in 3, 4, 5 years, and how I've done it. First of all, you have to know that there is a huge correlation between your muscle and your strength. You get stronger, you get bigger. That's a fact. When you're a beginner, the neurological adaptation are really extreme. So you are able to make very fast gains and fast strength gains. So the amount of muscle you put on is very amazing. First of all, you have to follow a proper written novice program. I personally followed Starting Strength by Mark Ripperto. I recommend to read the book. There is also the Jason Bar Ice Cream 5x5 program that is very good, very high in volume. And there is also the Alpha Destiny Novice program, for example. That is really good too. So essentially what you are going to do is just make linear progression from following this type of system, and you will meet these gains until you face the famous biological law of accommodation. The biological law of accommodation is when an organism ceases to adapt its environment. So the stimuli decreases over time. So you will maybe need to manipulate the variables, the set, the rep, or you can change the exercise itself. There was different type of periodization. There was the linear, undulating, weekly or daily, concurrent, conjugates. There is a lot of system for free that you can follow. So essentially what you're going to do is just you're going to follow this system as long as you can, and you'll see in 6 years you are going to build an amazing physique. Because if you prioritize your training, you essentially organizing in a way that your progression is constantly improving. This is why you see people at the gym, they look the same for 5-6 years, because they don't know how to manage the volume, the intensity. They don't know how to follow the progress. They don't even know what's the maximum 5x5, 3x8, 4x10. They're just doing random shit. Always remember that progressive overload is key. As long as you are progressing your body muscle, and you also have to isolate all the muscle. Don't forget muscle like the neck, the calves, the forearms, the upper back. Those muscles are very neglected, but yet they're going to make you look at your absolute best. I personally follow all those advices. I read a lot of books too. Starting Strength is a very good book. A Practical Program from Strength Training is also a very good book, but there is plenty of other. But once you have the knowledge, your progress is amazing. Guarantee. And also genetics plays a huge role. I personally have a little bit above average genetics, and I have those BBC genetics, so it helps a lot for the progressions. But this is not an excuse. If you do the things the proper way, you are going to have an amazing transformation. And of course, people are going to accuse you of being on the juice, but there is plenty of others. For example, David Lade is a very good example. He followed the Jason Blair Novice program, I think, and he also periodizes his training. He targets his weak points and he's built himself an amazing physique and he's fucking strong, man. This is a very good example. People accuse him of being on the juice, but I don't really see why. I mean, his size is proportional to his strength. That's a very good example to follow. And another point, you also need frequency. I mean, frequency is key. I mean, you have to maximize protein synthesis. I don't know how many times we have to say it, but people still use the famous bro split, which is popularized by IFBB pros, but people do not want to follow that. I mean, this is a gain killer over there. You either have to do full body or an upper lower. Above that is acceptable, but it's thought to go in the minimalist route. I personally follow full body or an upper lows. It depends on the structure that I follow. And it also maximizes recovery, the joints, the connective tissues, everything, because everything recovers together. When you follow minimalist splits, there was a lot of overuse, so it's not really optimal. And also the last point is nutrition. I mean, if you are really skinny like I was, you are going to eat like a motherfucker. No excuses. You have to eat 4,000, 5,000 if you have to, but you have to eat, man. You have to eat to maximize leverages and to have mass and to have the energy to perform in the gym and constantly progressing. And if you are in the opposite situation, when you are a little bit fluffy or you are in a fluffier state, you have to do a recomp. And as a beginner, it is possible. And once the weight is even and you have a nice body fat, you can start a lean bulk phase. So yeah, I think that's it. I cover everything. It's really simple, but people don't really follow those guidelines, which are the essential to build a good physique. I've personally followed them, and I've built myself an amazing physique. Because most people at the gym follow minimalist system and don't make progress. And yes, so yeah, I'm done with this video. I hope that you enjoy it, and see you in the next one.